Hey peoples, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing a very different set, something very different from anything that I've ever tried. My niece, she sent me a message on Instagram and with a video attached, and I don't have access to that right now at this moment, but of the video, but it was like some Picasso abstract art design on nails, and she was like, can you try these? When I first saw that video, I'm not gonna lie, it made me nervous. It made me nervous. I don't know how to draw. Let's just put that out there. Nail art, I'm with the squiggles, the swirls, any type of complex art, especially Picasso. What? But after a couple of days, I kind of calmed down because I was just like, are you seriously gonna let this idea of doing this nail design defeat you? And of course not. So bounced back from that, and I kind of came up with, I went online trying to just, I knew I wasn't going to be able to do that same design. So I kind of went online trying to find some images, and you guys, I'm not going to lie, I was very much intimidated by this idea, very much so. But you girl, we pushed back. We pushed through it. So this is one of the pictures that I kind of came up with to try to recreate. And that was another. They look fairly simple. And then that. So between those three photos, I'm going to try to come up with my own abstract design, which I kind of... This is like my own personal school project, seriously, because I had to draw it out on paper because I was like, these are kind of detailed, and am I going to be able to get it on one nail? And no matter how small I tried to make it, it didn't seem like that was going to happen. So what I came up with was to try to separate the idea. We're going to see how this goes. Again, I've never did any type of nail art. And this Picasso, we're going to see. The tips that I chose, because it seems like that's going to be some fairly long nails, I kind of went with my Extendo stiletto tips. I don't know if you... And when I put it on, if you saw my first video, I was gonna attempt to use these for my lava lamps, but they were way too long. But I think they would kind of work for this because I'm not gonna keep them as stilettos either way. I'm gonna cut the tip off to kind of make it square, and hopefully I can get the kind of surface, the canvas that I need to draw on. Another thing that I was kind of wondering about whether or not I was gonna use was my McCart Peel It Off base, which I've grown to love this just because of how easy it is to remove the nails after you finish. However, with this particular set, I don't see me finishing this details within within just today. So I don't know if I'm going to use this Peel It Off base coat because I don't want the nail to come off before I finish and complete the whole nail design. I'll see how it goes with that. But I just kind of wanted to give you a update, just let you see what I was kind of working with. And follow me on this process, and we'll see if I can get these abstract nails done. My Picasso. And I actually think these images I got were called cubism, abstract cubism. So I learned something. All Picassos aren't just, I guess all paintings, abstract paintings, aren't just abstract. There's different names. I'm not an art student. Let's just make that known. I'm learning. This is a journey for me, not just nails, but I'm learning all the way around. So big shout outs to my niece for kind of giving me a complex design. That's something I had to kind of do some research. If I don't pull out all of the braids I just put in, I'm gonna kill her. But stay tuned, you guys. Go on this journey with me, and we'll see how these nails kind of work out, hopefully for the best. So right now, I'm just trying to figure out which hand I wanted to put my nails on. And since I write with my left hand, I am a lefty, I kind of felt like it probably would be better if I try to attempt to do the nail art with my left hand. So I'm going to put them on my right hand. And I'm just going in with my prep, pushing back my cuticles with my cuticle pusher, just to get all that dead skin off that surface of the nail that grows on top. So just follow the process. And after I get that cuticle pusher, the first bit I use is my diamond ball bit just to clean around that cuticle. You don't have to use this bit first. You can always go in whatever order is best for you. Some people go in with their sanding band first just to get the shine off the nails. It's pretty much up to you, just as long as you kind of clean up that cuticle area as best as possible. So I'm going to go in with my cuticle nippers, and of course today I'm going to be a little bit more careful than I was on my last video, because I did show you guys what would occur if you go in so aggressively and you nick that cuticle area like I did and it starts bleeding. And I'm going to go ahead and speak up, because while I was recording, I did lose my train of thought while I was trying to concentrate so on my cuticle that I did not finish that sentence. I just stopped and started focusing. But what I was just trying to say is just make sure that you're kind of very careful, because even a day later, that nick kind of hurt very badly. And I was thinking, if I was actually doing a client's nails and that occurred and a day later their finger was still kind of aching, that client probably would not want to come back to me. So guys, just be careful. I brushed it off like it was like no big deal, but if you're doing a client's nails, that is absolutely a big deal. So if at all possible, please try to avoid that. So while I'm sitting here doing my prep, and I'm just wondering to myself, I'm starting to think maybe I need to stay a little bit more hydrated, drink a little bit more water, just because my nail cuticles have been so dry as of lately, and I find myself, even with me swapping my nails out as often as I do, I'm just wondering why I keep having to do extensive prep each time. And it seems like it's because my cuticles it's like that area around my nails, it always gets so dry and tough. And then once I start shaping and hitting it with that sanding band, it turns white. So that's what I be getting that's what I get my cuticle nippers and kind of cut off. But as I'm doing it right now, go on this journey with me. I'm just realizing maybe maybe I need to hydrate a little bit more. That can happen. And I'm thinking that's probably what it is. I need to take in a little less coffee and probably a little bit more H2O just to keep my skin hydrated all the way around. And I'm gonna see. That's why I think I'm gonna start drinking more water and just kind of following that process. But back to my nails. I was just a little quick random thought I had while I was prepping. So once I completed my prep, I went ahead and started in on my acrylic application. However, I did go ahead and make that executive decision to use the McCart Peel It Off base coat, only because these nails are going to be so long and I can't really function and do a lot of activities that I need to do in the home with those long nails. So I kind of didn't want to keep those on for too long. I wanted to be able to pop them back off. And of course, as I've stated before, whenever I use that McCart Peel It Off base, my KDS nail glue will not secure the tips to the nails for some reason. I don't know if it's just a me error or not, or if anybody else has these issues. But the only way that I can kind of get my tips to stay on and glued to the nail, attached to the nail, is with my base coat. And any kind of base coat that you have available will work. I typically use my Bell Boost base coat, and that's what you'll see in the video there, just to secure the nails. And I put them on using my flash curing them under my miniature UV light, and then I'll stick them into my full LED lamp, my UV lamp, for 60 seconds. And these nails were so long, you guys. they were my entire head. I halfway wanted to keep them that long just to do it. And so now that I have my tips secured and on, now it's time to kind of cut them the length that I need. And what I was trying to do was measure them against the drawing that I had did, just to make sure I get a long enough length to get the full design. And what you'll see me do is go in with my cutter, trying to cut them where I measured them on the paper. However, when I took them off the paper and kind of held them up, I could see they were not even. So I was just trying to figure out, did I actually need to make them even to make them look right? Or I was just trying to figure out what was the best way I wanted to kind of complete this whole design. Again, for some reason, the thought of doing these Picasso type nails, it sent my brain on like a frazzle. I could not figure it out. But eventually you'll see me put down those cutters and get my cuticle nippers and just kind of cut them that way, because for some reason I just found that easier to get them even across. And then for my thumbnail, I just kind of measured that out to where the middle finger was. And it may or may not be that same length. The fact that it's on the thumb, you would never really be able to tell that it's not even. I got my tips on. And they are so freaking long. But got them secured. And now we're just gonna go in with the application process. Okay, I'm done with applying my acrylic. I was going in with that clear, with the Mia Secret clear acrylic powder. But then on those nails, you see that cover, that's my CV Nails Cover Peach acrylic powder. I did that on those nails just because those will be the main ones that I'm drawing my face on. So I kind of wanted to make sure I have because I plan on actually drawing with a pencil first to try to see if I can kind of make sure it gets as straight as neat as possible. But that's my acrylic. I still have to do some filing and shaping extensively, of course, as you can see. And I do think this may be a 2-day thing because I started on them so late and it's kind of getting late now. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But acrylic late, still filing and shaping to go. So stay tuned. Okay, so my filing and shaping, guys, were so extensive due to the fact that these extendo nails were so long and my application process was so sloppy, which is all me. And again, I do apologize, but this did turn out to have to be a 2-part video. I did not finish, well, I did finish filing and shaping the nails. However, due to my McCart Peel It Off base coat being on there, and me filing so aggressively, my nails, a couple of them did come off before the end of, before I could complete the design. So with my next video, part 2 of finishing my Picasso nail art design, you guys will see the completed look there. So again, I would just like to apologize. I did think I was going to be able to complete these nails in one video. However, that's not the case. It is going to be a part 2, and this will be that completion video. So please like, subscribe to my channel, and come with me on this nail journey, and we're going to get it done. Also, if you get a chance, check out my TikTok, Touched by Quinta, and my Instagram, Touched by Quinta as well. But stay tuned. Part 2 of these Picasso nails coming soon, you guys.